In the last 8 videos, we have learned how to write ume, the headless letters. Today we're going to start how to write the headed letters, or uchen in Tibetan. And I've been doing a little research online to find out the best study material if you're learning how to write uchen for the first time. And I found online Christopher Finn. He has done some work that shows it's pretty step-by-step on how to write all the Tibetan alphabets in Tibetan, the uchen. So if you search for like Tibetan language by Christopher Finn, just click this link right here, and then he did quite a extensive work, especially on Tibetan script. And if you don't already know, in Tibetan language, the Tibetan script is also used by the Bhutanese people living in Bhutan. And if you click the Tibetan script link, and this should take you to this page, and then over here it says Tibetan, how to write the Tibetan script. And then if you click on this link, this shows all the details, what kind of, how you hold the pencil or the pen, and then the tip should be like this. It's not a pointed like a pencil. It's not like a pencil. So generally from here they'll make it flat, but at the same time there's an angle right there. So if you go through here, then you'll see all this stuff. That's exactly where I got the screenshots for this video. So over here, the first letter ka, and these are the steps. Like if you can see the arrow pointing this way, which means you have to draw the line this way, and then this one looks like it's going up. That's the second step. The third step is to draw this down, and as you can see the arrow right here, the arrow is pointing downwards. And then finally the last stroke, and this is pointing downwards. And for this one, as you know, whether it's in ume or in uchen, headless or the headed letters, it's called yingo, or the head. And then this one, this piece right here, is called chewa. Go means head, chewa means tusk, and then this one ula, the middle hand, and then this one right here is gangba, the leg. So that's the first letter ka in headed letters in uchen. And then the second letter, if you can remember from the previous video, is ka, and nga. So this is ka, nga. And the steps, I mean, he did a really nice job on showing how it's done step by step, with the arrows pointing where it should, how it should be done. And then, so these are the steps for ka, these are the steps for ka, and these are the steps for nga. So if you can remember from the previous video when we were learning how to write the headless letters, the letter ka kind of looks like this, right? And then the ka kind of looks like this. And then ka, oops, let me try this again. And ka, and then finally nga, right? So this is in ume, ka, nga, as we have learned in the previous 8 videos. Now these are in headed letters, uchen. So ka, exactly the same way as you pronounce these characters right here, but the way of writing it looks a little different, pretty close but not exactly the same. So this and ka looks pretty different because this piece right here at the bottom is missing. Otherwise this should come this way, right? But that's missing in the headed letters. So this is ka, 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 nga. And then the next four letters, if you can remember, it's cha, 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 nya. And these are the steps. As you can see, it's pretty self-explanatory with the arrows. And then these are the steps for cha, 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 nya. And I'll try to write the headless letters, if you can remember. That's cha, right? And then this one is in ume, it should look something like this. And then cha, right? And then nya, it should look like that, right? And as you can see on this side, he put all the pronunciation in English. So if I go back to the first four letters, see right here, the 30 consonants or Tibetan alphabet, ka, 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 nga. And then the next one, cha, 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 nya. And just follow the steps here when you write it down, and technically if it looks pretty close to this, you should be fine. And then the next three letters are ta, 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 and na. And as you can see, the steps are all very clearly shown here. And in ume, if you can remember, that's ta, right? And then tha, oops. If you can remember, oh, that looks pretty close to this one. And ta in ume, that looks a little different. And then na in ume. Okay, so these are in headed letters, uchen, and these are in ume, headless letters. Ta, 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 na. And oops, okay, let me pull this back a little bit. Okay, let me write this here again. So that's ta, 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 and na. And just to make it easier, okay, so in headless letter, that's ta, right? And we have learned all these in the previous videos, in the previous 8 videos, so you guys should remember. If you don't, I would go back and watch the previous videos just to make sure. Ta, and then na. Okay, and then the next 4 letters are pa, 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 and ma. And as you can see here, pa, 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 ma. And if you remember, in headless letters, in ume, pa. Oops. It's pretty hard to draw in this application. In Notepad, it's actually this is Microsoft OneNote, so it's kind of tough to draw with my pen. Okay, so that's pretty close. So that's pa, and then this is pa in ume, and then ma. Okay, so that's pa, 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 ma. In uchen, the steps in headed letters. In ume, the headless letters, and these all these we have already learned. Okay, so the next 4 letters are za, ca, za, and wa. And just follow the steps here. If you are trying to copy these, you can just pause the video, and then actually I can share this real quick. So pause the video while you're watching in YouTube. Just pause the video, and then you can basically press Alt print screen. Hold the Alt key and then press the print screen key on your keyboard, and then you can pretty much open Microsoft Word, or you can open Paint, or it really doesn't matter. So just as an example, and then you can just do a Control V, and then that should paste it, and then you can print this out and then just follow the steps. And then if this is a little too small, you can just select the image and then drag it down, just make it a little bit bigger, and then print that out, and you'll have a hard copy, or probably it'll be easier in Microsoft Word, or you can use Paint also, Microsoft Paint, and then just do a Control V, and then that'll do the same thing. And then if you need to resize it, just drag from the corners or from wherever you want to drag it, and then you can print that too. So it could be done in a couple of different ways. So I'm not gonna save this. Okay, so, and then you can have a hard copy and then use it as a reference, and then learn how to write all the letters. Okay, and if you can remember from the previous video, za in ume, it's alright, and then ca, za, and wa. Oops. It's really hard to draw in one note. So basically it kind of looks like this, wa. And the next, I don't know whether I ka 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 nga cha cha chanya ta 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 na pa 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 ma cha cha za wa, and then sha sa ha ya, right? And so the in ume, this is uchen, right? So in ume, as you can remember from the previous video, kind of looks like this, sha. And sub looks pretty similar, uchen and ume, ha. And then yeah. So again, you can press the Alt key and the print, just hold the Alt key down and then press print screen key on your keyboard, and then that'll take the active Windows screenshot, since this is the only active window right now we have. So even if you have multiple windows open, Alt print screen will take the active Windows, it'll capture only the active window. So since this is the active window, it should capture this image, and then you can paste it like we did earlier in Word or Paint or whatever application you use, and then just print a hard copy and start practicing. Okay, so this is sha, and these are all the steps. Sa, ah, ya. Okay, and then the next four letters are ra, la, sha, sa. As you can see, all the pronunciation in English, it's written in English here. And ra, if you can remember, right, ra, and la looks pretty similar, and sha, pretty similar, I would say, and then sa. Okay, so these are in ume, right? And these are the steps in uchen, right? And then the next two letters is ha and ah, the last two of the 30 alphabets. And as you can, if you can remember from the previous video, in uchen, in ume, that's ha. And then the last letter, oops, okay, that looks better, ah. And these are the steps for ha, and these are the steps for ah. And then these are the different punctuation marks in uchen. And normally you use these, like you can use this as a respect or to honor or to show some respect when you address I don't know, like maybe your teachers or your gurus or your lamas. When you write to them, generally you use these to show respect. I'm not too sure about when this is used. And these are the tek, the punctuation marks. We call this tek, if you can remember from previous video. And these are additional letters for writing Sanskrit. And actually this is called talota, 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 I think, nalona, shaloka, and then this is, I think, kashaloka. So if I mispronounce anything, if you then you can put in the comment section, like you can, or if I made a mistake somewhere, you're more than welcome to correct me. So these are basically the 30 alphabets in uchen. So I'm gonna go through okay, let's go with the vowels. So as probably you'll remember, we learned in we have 4 alphabets, right? Kigu, shabju, dengbo, naro. And in ume, kigu, if you can remember, looks like that. And then shabju, it looks very similar to this. And then dengbo, very similar. The only thing is it's missing this piece right here, right? Other than that, it's same. And then naro, it's like that. I think this is a little bit longer. Let me do it again. Okay, that's one more time. Okay, that's close enough. So that's naro, and this is either E, I, and sometimes Y, right? Because we have learned all this stuff in the previous video. So if you, this is kind of like a repetition. So we have already learned all this stuff, and this is pretty much always U, and then this is sometimes A and sometimes E, right? And then this is always O. So these are the 30 alphabets with the different vowels. So in Uchen, this is Kigu, this thing at the top, and then as you can see the arrow, this is how it should look like. And then Shabju, right there, and then Dengbo, right there at the top, and then Naro. So this is Ah, Kigu, I, Ah, Shabju, U, Ah, Dengbo, E, Ah, Naro, O. So it's I, U, E, O, right? I, U, E, O. Okay, then so let's do a quick recap. Okay, so the 30 consonants in headed letters in Uchen: ka, 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 nga. All the steps shown here very nicely by Christopher Finn, and like I showed you earlier, you can go to, you can Google him and then go to that site, just click the link. And if you have already forgotten, let me do a quick. So basically oops, Tibetan language by Christopher Finn. Yeah, Tibetan language by Christopher Finn, and then right there, and if you click here, and then it should take you right there. The thing is, this is a secured site, see, HTTPS. So this is a secured site. So basically you go here, and then he got like some clip arts. If just like these Tibetan clip arts, and Tibetan script one more time, and it shows everything here. The whole thing is right here, so you can go here and then learn how to write the different letters. This shows, all I have had in my material here is it's all from his site, so you can always go to his site and read more. And I think that's pretty much it as far as the 30 alphabets and the vowels are concerned. And the next thing would be, oh yeah, now we have the we call it Rango, Lango, and Sango, the 12 so Rango Chungi. So all these letters could have the letter Ra on top of it. So this could be Ragapta Ka, Ragapta Ga, Rangapta Nga, Rajapta Ja, Ranyapta Nya, Ratapta Ta, Ratapta Da, Ranapta Na, Rabapta Ba, Ramapta Ma, Ratsapta Za, and finally Radzapta Za. And then these are the Rangolagos. So they all go at the top of another letter, and these this Rango, this Ra at the top can only go on these 12 alphabets. It cannot be added on any other letters except for these 12 right here. And then same thing with the Lango. So this is La, right? Lango. And then the La goes on top of 10 alphabets. Lango, Chu, Ni. And in English, I guess it's called superfix or something. So these are all Lango. So it's Lagapta Ga, Lagapta Ka, Lagapta Ga, Langapta Nga, lajapta ja, latapta, lajapta ja, latapta ta, latapta da, lapapta pa, lapapta ba, lalhapta la. So these are the 10 different alphabets on which you could stack la on top of it. And then the next set is sango. So the letter sa could go on these 11 different alphabets. So sango chuchik ni, the 11 sango are sakapta ka, sagapta ga, sangapta nga, sanyapta nya, satapta ta, sadapta da, sanapta na, sapapta pa, sabapta ba, samapta ma, satsapta za. There you go. So these are the 11 letters that could have the letter sa on top of it. Okay, now we are done with the superfix. Now the next set is called suffix. And as you can see here, these are all from his site, Christopher's site. The 7 Tibetan letters with suffix ya, yata, yata du. So this character right here could go to 7 different alphabets. So it's ka, 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 pa, 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 and ma. So it's kayata, kya, kayata, kya, kayata, kya, payata, cha, payata, cha, payata, cha, mayata, nya. So these so I'm going to read it one more time. So kayata kya, kayata kya, kayata kya, payata cha, payata cha, payata cha, mayata nya. Okay, so these are the 7 yata. And then we have 13 rata. This thing right here, this is called rata. So it's karata ta, karata ta, karata ta, tarata ta, tarata ta, tarata ta, parata ta, parata ta, parata ta, marata ma, sarata sa, harata ra. So these are the 13 ratas. And then we have another one. These are called lata. So all these goes at the bottom, right? And we have 6 of these letters that could have the lata at the bottom. So kalapta la, kalapta la, palapta la, ralapta la, salapta la, salapta da. Yeah, these are kind of crazy because my son, he was like, when he was learning how to pronounce these, I was like, hey dad, all these sounds exactly similar, and he's kind of right. From here all the way, the first 5, they sound exactly the same. It's kalapta la, kalapta la, palapta la, ralapta la, salapta la. And this last one is different. So this is salapta da. So just to keep in mind, these all, like when you pronounce it, sounds really similar. And this was really driving my son crazy when he was trying to learn these. He was like, hey dad, what the heck, all these sound exactly the same thing. And he's right. I don't blame him. That's how he learned it. It's the way it is. So okay, anyway, the next set of letters that could, okay, and these are called wasu. Wasu tapa churuni. the 16 characters, I mean the 16 alphabets that could have this character at the bottom. So the wasu goes ka, I mean ka, 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 ja, nya, ta, ta, za, ca, sha, sa, ra, la, sha, sa, ha. So these 16 could have this character at the bottom. And then the next set of letters, superscribed letters, and this is, see if you can remember, these are the rangos, right? Ragapta ka, ranyapta nya, ramapta ma, ratapta tsa. Rango, and these are the langos, and these are the sango. Rango, lango, sango. Rago means ra as the head, rago. Lango, la as the head, sa as the head. So rango, lango, sango. Lakapta ka, langapta nga, latapta ta, latapta da, sakapta ka, sa gata garata da shamju do. Now this is pretty crazy. If you look at, there's one here, there's another one here, and then there is the one of the suffix here, and then on underneath it there's a vowel. So this one is like pretty much like 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and this one also same thing. Samapta ma yata nya shamju nyu. And then this is satapata. So these are rango, lango, and sango. And then the next set, so basically these are the letters by itself. Kyangba means by itself. Dokchen means something that goes at the bottom. Gochen means something that goes at the top, the rango, lango, sango, as you can see here. So that's just a table that shows all the 3 different rango, lango, sango. And the dokchen, those that goes at the bottom, the yata, rata, and the lapta. See, yata, rata, lapta, the suffix, and these are the superfix, right? And that's a similar table also. So that's as far as all the alphabets and the superfix, suffix goes. And so these are the 30 alphabets: ka, 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 nga, and uchen. And these are the 4 vowels. And now probably you guys might be wondering, why is this here? This looks like an NBA guy, and why is he here? So let me show I mean, Tibetan script is pretty popular, so I'll show you why I have put this image here. Probably you guys might, some of you guys might guess it. Okay, so let me make the image a little bit bigger. Okay, so as you can see here, the letters right here, he's I think Allen Iverson from the Philadelphia 76ers. Is one of the top NBA player during his time. And if you notice right here, that's Tibetan Uchen. See, this one says sa, right? This, the top letter, which is right here, sa. And then this at the bottom is satapta, which is ta right there. And then ta naro, which is right here at the top. It's one of the vowels. Okay, let me see if I can drag this a little bit. Oops. It's not letting me make it a little bit bigger. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so basically satatata naro, and then this is pa, which is right here. And then the last letter, see the sa, which is right here. And then that's the one of the punctuation mark. So sa tap ta ta naro to pa se top. Top in Tibetan means power, So if you're a professional NBA player, you gotta have top, you gotta have power. And yeah, it's pretty popular in terms of for tattoos. I've seen a lot of people use Tibetan Uchen for tattoos. So that's the whole reason why I have this picture. If you're wondering, why is this picture on there? Okay, and then we have also learned this in the previous video, one of those. So I'll just do a quick recap. So that's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it's for 0, it's Lego in Tibetan. Lego, Jik, Ni, Sum, Shi, Nga, Tuk, Du, Ge, Gu, Chu. So let me write it really fast. So that's 0, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, once again, Lego, Jik, Ni, Sum, Shi, Nga, Tuk, Du, Ge, Gu, Chu. Okay, that's it. So now in the next video, I'm gonna go with first grade textbook. So from in the next video, we'll learn first grade. We'll use the first grade Tibetan textbook that we have used when we were little. Until then, just keep practicing. So as I have told you before, once you finish 7th grade all the way through 12th grade, all the textbooks, everything you read pretty much comes in Uchen. And as a kid, when we were little, I mean, we have learned how to read and write and everything in Ume, but I'm pretty sure it's safe to say if I say like we really haven't learned how to write these. It's since we are in an environment where we see all this stuff all the time, we have learned this one right here, the Umes. We have really learned this, but not these, not the Uchen. We have, I mean, we see it all on a daily basis, so we pretty much we learned on our own. Now with these, we have teachers, dedicated teachers who teach us daily. Okay, now this is how you do, right? Ka in ume, ka in ume, ka and nga, and so on. But nobody has taught me that I could remember, and I'm pretty sure that applies to any Tibetan who were learning Tibetan when they were younger. We really didn't have anybody teach us in Uchen. It's something you just pick up on the way. So that's it for today, and until the next video, just keep practicing the Uchens. Just pause the video. If you need to take a screenshot, just take a screenshot, print it out, and then learn how to read and write. Until then, if possible, help others. If not, at least restrain from harming others. Thanks a lot.